Hey, what's going on? Today we're going to be looking at this guy here. This is the Tri-Audio StarRiver. It's a unique little IM, comes with this case. I'm going to open that up. These are beautiful, by the way. I love this cable. It isn't the thickest cable, but it has such a soft, like rubberized feel to it. Nice connector right there with the words Tri. Look at these shells. When we talk about the cadenza being so comfortable and everything, this has a very similar type of design shell. You get these really nice Tri tips right there. You also get the other type of tips. These kind here, the gray typical KB Air type tips. But I like those new Tri ones better. You get this little sim looking tool because there's switches on this, and that's easier to use that for the switches. Plus you get the case. Design wise, you're looking at 32 ohms, 20 to 20 kilohertz, 120 decibels, and the 0.78 2-pin connector on a very nice silver cable. And a beautiful shell that is so smooth. Just like, it reminds me of the cadenza shell. It's just so smooth and comfortable to wear. And it looks beautiful too, just like the other one. So you have dual dynamic drivers on this. One is a 10 millimeter, one is a 6 millimeter, one is beryllium coated, and one is titanium coated. So it's got some quality things in it. German 3D printed resin. And it's got an N52 magnet, like we were talking about with the space station. So let me just take a look at my quick notes. Comes in blue and green with the design. It's all mostly black, but you do get like hints of blue and green with it. So we're talking about like a pleasant kind of signature with these harmonish, really nice kind of well-controlled bass, awesome sounding lush mids, and you get into the treble and it's well controlled. I can hear the cymbals, I can hear the notes. Overall separation and clarity is good with these. There is some neutrality there as well. Ultimately, I think that this is more kind of neutral balanced sounding. Definitely some decent timbre, tonality, and technicalities with this. It does everything decent enough. Enough to be really super pleasant. And we talk about comfort and design, and there's really good isolation with these as well, especially with those new tips from Tri. I really like those wide bore kind of. I like the shape. Some really nice tips coming out. The DD Hi-Fi has some nice silicone tips. This the new tips from Tri. Those nice hybrid with the foam inside. Some really nice tips. And they provide really good isolation, and the sound comes through them really nice as well. So this one has switches on it, if you can see those right there. And you can change the tone a little bit. I'm not one who really cares too much for that, unless it makes like a huge difference. Ultimately, though, these sound really pleasant, and like I said, there's really good bass presence. It's got some nice texture to it, but it isn't like overpowering bass. And you get into the mids, and there's nice clarity and separation, and the vocals seem to be right there in a really good kind of forward placement in front of the instruments. The bass kind of hangs out in the background, and then you have the nice treble notes that are just behind the vocals and in front of the bass as well. And ultimately, there's some decent amount of soundstage here. I don't think it's like super wide soundstage, but it is far from a small or intimate soundstage, and there's good accuracy there. And there's also some nice separation, and sounds pretty natural, to be honest. So if you like something that is natural and pleasant sounding, I definitely think that the StarRiver which I keep wanting to call it the Star C, I think, which is one I never actually got to review. I think, don't think about the switches. Leave the switches alone. Listen to it stock. Put these tips on it. Try it out, and I think that you will find it quite pleasant. And not only does it look good, and it's got this nice kind of similar, like I said, with the Kiwi Air's cadenza, it's that similar rounded kind of really soft shaped 3D printed resin. Very good overall in build, looks, comfort, isolation, and this sound quality. Very good, pleasant. Now this isn't going to win any super detail contests, but you're going to want to listen to this one probably the whole day. I like this. This is automatically in my favorites now. This is just one that I like. And I forgot what it bumped out of my favorites. I think it was the, might have been the T3 Plus. But either way, I like this. This has been the StarRiver. And it's just a basic of what I think about this one. And overall, there'll be a more detailed kind of written review with this. I think that overall your bass has some nice speed to it. It's got a nice punch to it where it isn't overpowering. I think that the mids have a nice clarity to them and a richness, decent body and texture overall. And I think that the treble extends to a point where it's good, and there's no harshness on this whatsoever. You literally could use this as your daily driver, and you could listen to this all day long. And not to mention, it looks beautiful as well. So that doesn't hurt. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. This has been the StarRiver from Tri Audio. Be safe.